Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amaranggani L.P from 12 Science 1. Today, I will do an English practice exam. It's a take monologues. This takes monologues about Thumbelina. Enjoy! Thumbelina. There was a woman who was very lonely and decided to go with her friends, the fairy. Hello dear, what brings you here? Dear fairy, I'm so lonely. I wish I had a little daughter. Even if she was teeny weeny one. Well, you are dear friend, so I will help you. Take this grain of barley and go home and plant it into a flower pot. But I want little girl, what will I do with a grain of barley? Trust me, and do as I say, you will receive a very pleasant surprise. The woman went home and planted the grain of barley, like the fairy told her to. The next morning she was amazed to see that the grain had grown into a beautiful flower, resembling a cherry with its soft petals still shut tight. This is so beautiful, I have never seen anything like it. The woman held the flower tenderly and kissed it. Immediately the petals opened, and there lay a beautiful tiny girl. Oh my god, she's so pretty and dainty. I shall call her Thumbelina. And I must thank my friend the fairy for such a lovely gift. The woman gently lifted the little girl from the flower. Now let me see how I can make her comfortable. This walnut shell should be her bed. And I think these flower petals can be used as a mattress and a blanket. The woman placed Thumbelina on a tulip castle floating on a plate during the day. How happy Thumbelina was! She drove around on our lake singing in the most sweet voice ever. One night, when Thumbelina was fast asleep in her tiny walnut shell, a horrible-looking frog saw her. Who is this thing? She's so pretty. I think she will make a fine bride for my dear Toadie, and a very good daughter-in-law for me. The frog hopped inside and carried away the sleeping Thumbelina to the pond. Quack, 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 quack. Oh, where are you? I'm so hungry. Stop complaining all the time. Look what I have brought for you. This beautiful creature will be the perfect bride for you. Quack, 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 quack. Yes, I know you are very excited. Now we have to make a nice bridal room in the Mars today to marry her and stay there with her. Quack, 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 quack. The cracking noise woke up Thumbelina. She looked around very scared and seeing the frog and toad. Ah! She's awake! My bride is awake! Bride of this ugly-looking creature? Never! His eyes looking like he'll pop out any minute. How dare you! You will marry my son and be good and obedient wife. I will make sure you can never escape from here. The frog put Thumbelina on the leaf of the water lily in the middle of a pond. Thumbelina sobbed and cried out for help. Help! Help! Someone please help me! Some fish swimming near we had seen and heard everything. Look at the poor dear sobbing her heart out. That horrible thought will make an awful husband. Friends, we must not allow the nasty frog and her ugly son to get away with their horrible plan. Come, let us nibble at the root of this lily and set it free. And this and say they nibbled till the leaf of the lily was free and floated away. Thumbelina sailed past many beautiful places and so many pretty sights. One day, a big cockchafer saw her and carried her away to a large tree. He was very proud of her and invited all his friends to come and have a look at her. She looks so weird. She's actually ugly. It's just not one of us. So how can you even think of marrying her? Are you out of your mind? Well, all his friends said the same thing. The cockchafer thought they might be alright, so he put Thumbelina on the ground and flew away. Poor Thumbelina! She walked and walked in the wood, eating whatever she could find and drinking the dew of flowers. Summer turned to autumn, and soon the bitter cold winter arrived. It's getting so cold. Unless I find somewhere to take shelter, I will surely freeze to death. As Thumbelina was walking in a field, she suddenly came across a tiny door. I think it must be the house of wild mouse. I hope this kind mouse will give me something to eat and let me sleep for some time. Thumbelina knocked on the door, and very soon it was opened by a mouse. I am very hungry. Could you please give me something to eat? What are you doing out in the cold? Come in and warm yourself near the fire. You can share my dinner. I have some ham and cheese and a bread. Thank you so much. You are so kind. Soon, Thumbelina had eaten a nice meal provided by the mouse and feeling tired. She just wanted to sleep for some time. Your house is so warm and cozy. May I sleep here tonight? I am really tired after walking for so long. Well, if you have nowhere to go, you can certainly rest here, and in fact, if you can keep my house neat and clean, you can stay here for the whole winter. Can you do that? Of course. Thank you so much. So Thumbelina spent the winter with the mouse. One day, the mouse said to Thumbelina, "Please clean the house very well, as I have a dear friend visiting me tomorrow." "Friend, is it another mouse?" No, it's my good friend, the mole. And he's so hilarious. He has such a large home. You know what? I have a great idea. If you could sing sweetly for my friend and tell him some nice stories, he might even marry you. Even though he is blind, and he will look after you well, and your worries will be over. When the mole came to visit, fell in love with Thumbelina's beautiful voice and asked to marry her. I'm so happy. I'm serious. What will make a wonderful couple? Let us start making preparation for a summer feeding. As the mole was leaving the holiday of the mouse house, he kicked a sparrow leg. "Don't kick the poor little thing. Can you see it? It's hurt." Where did this piece of wicked things keep flying all over, and don't bother to make home for winter? The sparrow deserves to die. Thumbelina was shocked at the mouse behavior. She can't imagine how anyone could be so cruel. You poor birdie, I will nurse you back to health. Though the mouse got angry, Thumbelina cried very loudly in the sparrow till it was strong enough to fly away. As her wedding day was coming closer and closer, they can marry the mole. I will try the night only as he stopping an ugliest, total savage. And I can't imagine living all my life in a hole. I want to be out in the sunbright, the fresh air, and see all the lovely flowers and birds. I have to escape from the mouse and the mole. Suddenly, Thumbelina heard the sound and looked up to see the sparrow. She looked after. My dear, you are gentle and kind soul. That horrible mole does not deserve you. Winter is soon going to come, and I'm flying away to a warm land. Why don't you just hop onto my back and come with me? I will take you far away from the mole and the mouse. Thank you so much. I have to escape from the mouse. So Thumbelina jumped onto the sparrow back and away, the flight to the beautiful land of flowers. Whee! This is so wonderful! The sparrow very gently put Thumbelina in the petal of a large yellow flower. Thumbelina was tired after a long journey and immediately fell asleep. That sparrow sat on the tree above looking after her. A little later, she woke up and sounded a very gentle voice. Who is this pretty maiden? I have never seen her here before. Thumbelina got scared and seeing the stranger. Oh, don't be afraid. I'm the king of the flowers. I have never seen anyone as beautiful as you. Will you be my queen? Suddenly, Thumbelina's friends, the sparrow flew down. Thumbelina, this is the king of flowers. He is a very, very kind man, and everyone here loves him. I know. So, my dear, what do you will say will be my? The king was so kind and handsome. How could Thumbelina refuse? And so she married the king and became the queen of flowers, living happily ever after. The end.